So today I'm going to be showing some of my favorite art supplies. I use the majority of these just about every single day when I'm sketching or painting. So I hope that y'all can just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yeah. So first up would be my pencil case. He is super old. I think I've had him since the 7th grade, and I refuse to get rid of him because he holds so much. Also, he's taken so many beatings. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to show the pencils first because I have too many pencils. Too many. First up is the Pilot AirBlanc. This comes in 0.3. Love him. Squishy thingy. Grippy thing. Yeah. Highly recommend. Pilot G2 mechanical pencil, not the pen. I love the pen. At the same time, though, the mechanical pencil is a little bit better. This might be a completely different supply. It comes in 0.5, and it's great. It's got a fairly comfortable grip. Not quite as comfortable as the AirBlanc, but kind of expected. It's very similar to the grip for the pen. Next is a kind of messed up basic Muji Polycarbonate mechanical pencil. This one's in 0.5. I'm pretty sure this is the first thing you'll see in a Muji store. Love them. And then finally we have the Pilot Color Eno. These were super popular a couple years back, and I still have them because they're great. We got colored mechanical pencil lead, which is erasable, which is awesome. And it's also very similar to the classic Pilot mechanical pencil body and grip. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna keep that in. Woo! Alright. So honorable mention today. Honorable mention of the day goes to this, I don't know what to call it. It's a stylus pen thing. I love it. I really like using it when I'm doing video editing, which I'm still trying to be better at, but obviously I need to script my things because I'm awful at this. But I'm trying. Alright. My dad gave me this, so thank you, Dad. We have the Sakura Jelly Roll Gel Pens. These three are from the Moonlight series, and they're all 0.6. They have a slightly finer tip than the classic white jelly roll. And then we've got, okay, so I don't really use these for their intended use, really. I don't really typically use them to actually paint with. I typically just use it so that I don't carry a water jug. So I'll carry a bunch of these with the water in and then drop it into my palette instead of really using them. So yeah. So this is a Copic Multiliner, and I consider this a typically more high-end alternative to the classic Sakura Pigma Microns. I find that their tips are much sturdier, and I find that with every single one of the Micron ones, that within a month of my using it, the entire thing will be wiped off somehow, and it'll just go away. The entire labeling thing will be gone, and this is already happening. I've been using this for 3 days. Very upset. So it becomes increasingly difficult to figure out what tip you have to get refills, but I have not had that problem with the Multiliner. I currently have this one in wine and in olive. This is the Hi-Tec C. Comes in 0.25. He's very sharp, but unfortunately he is not waterproof. So I cannot use him for what I want to use him for, unfortunately. But I still really like him. Highly suggest for if you do a lot of detail work with ink or Copics. He's great with Copics, but not so much with watercolor, because yeah. So this is the Uniball Signo DX. It comes in a variety of tip sizes, but the DX exclusively comes in 0.38. And he's great. Yeah. This is the classic Muji 0.5 gel pen. He's great. Waterproof. Great for Copics. Great for watercolors. Highly suggest. The Microns. I'm trying to learn how to do line art, and I have to say, line art is difficult. So difficult. But I'm trying to learn. So instead of wasting the ink of my really nice Fineliners, I'm gonna use up all the Microns that I have. So yeah. Yay. Okay. Erasers. I am an absolute eraser junkie. I am. I hate to admit it, but at the same time, not so much. Sorry, not sorry. This one is a Flomo Eco Eraser, and my mom got this at the dollar store when I was maybe like 7 or 8. I've had them for years. I didn't use them until recently, but I tried it after trying the Muji one. I got a pack of 3 of these for like $1 from Dollar Tree, okay? And they are just as good as the Muji ones, okay? I love Muji, but the only reason why I'm using the Muji ones now is because these are like some sort of endangered species. I guess they must have like been discontinued, but I really wish they'd bring them back. They're fantastic. They're really nice and like buttery. I love them. Yeah. Someone please find where I can get more of these. I love them. These are just some washi tapes. I use them to tape the framing for my little watercolor pieces. And this one's from Michaels, I think. Yeah, this one's from Michaels. And this one, of course, is from Muji because, yeah. I'm so sorry that he's like messy, but I used to have a lot of brush pens and like ink in here, and it obviously did not turn out very well for this dude. So yeah. I've got Copics, of course, so keep talking about them. And these are the Copic Ciaos. I have this one in Duck Egg Blue, Crimson, Olive, Pale Olive, and Begonia Pink. They are currently my favorite Copic colors. And then I have the Prismacolor Erase pencils. They are erasable colored pencils. I love them, especially the ones in black, rose, and Tuscan red, and grass green, I think. Also, yeah, leaf green. But I'd also like to give an honorable mention to the Verithin series. They are harder tip lead. Like the Colorase, they are not as erasable as the Colorase ones. They're a lot more like the Prismacolor Premier colored pencils, which have a soft core, except these have a hard core. So imagine them, but with hardcore. Yeah, they're more hardcore. And I currently have these in black, magenta, process red, aquamarine, olive green, and peacock blue. And I use these all the time for sketching. So yeah. Yay. Okay. So next up is paints. Currently my palette is the ShinHan Watercolor palette. It's like $15 on Amazon. I don't know if I'd really suggest it other than for like, it's cheap. It's fairly cheap in comparison to other palettes. However, I find that my last one, the little, I guess there's like, right here, there's a little like rod that's holding these two plates to it, and they came apart essentially on the little 12-pan one that I had. So personally, I can't really recommend that they're gonna last a very long time. They also stain. This is a clean palette. That's how much it stains. Yeah. So, don't know if I'd really recommend it, but that's what I use. My favorite brand of watercolor currently is Daniel Smith. The majority of these are Daniel Smith, but I'd also like to give an honorable mention to ShinHan Watercolors, because I don't hear anyone talk about these, and these are great, okay, because they're very pigmented. My aunt got me this set for maybe like, I think it was like $27 on Amazon at the time, and for the amount of colors that you get, it's like 30 colors there. It's a lot of colors to try out to form your own little mini palette in like a smaller plastic tin, or I don't know, just sort of like a basic plastic palette. Maybe not this little metal one that's been giving me issues, but something nice, you know? These are great. Definitely suggest. Especially if you want to do something other than like the Crayola or Prang watercolor palettes. If you want to get a bit of an upgrade and not use like the Sakura Koi watercolors or the Winsor Newton Cotman ones, which I cannot suggest really. From experience, I have to say these are a great alternative. Definitely suggest investing a little bit more into these. I have this little guy. No, he's not for crowns. Well, I mean, he is for crowns, but I don't use him for crowns. I have a lot of paints. This one is my favorite color, Quinacridone and Coral. As you can see, I have too many. And I recently got this little guy as a birthday present from my dear friend Sophia. Thank you so much. He's so cute. This is, I think, their like essential primary set. I will be sure to link everything, by the way, in the description. If anyone has questions, where to get it. Alright. So yeah, he's adorable. I definitely suggest this. Like the little mini tubes. Great. Alright. So I can't really talk about watercolors without talking about my two most essential things when I'm painting, which would be the Creative Mark Creative Inspirations brushes. Unfortunately, they have a similar issue with their labeling to the, well, their issue is similar to the Microns, where it sort of wears off, but I got this set for maybe like $5.27 on Amazon. I don't think they have this set anymore, but I think they have other ones that are very similar. So it comes with a pretty good mixed set of rounds. So you get 3 different sizes of rounds, and you get a flat. I really like these brushes. They've been holding up very well. I do not suggest like ones from like Artist Loft, as cheap as they are. You get like a bunch of ones that you don't really need, you know, like a bunch of different brush shapes that you don't really know how to use yet. So I think definitely starting out with like a set of like basic ones that are easy to carry. It came with this little set. So yeah, I love them, and this is sort of like the last standing flat. Again, I don't really suggest like Artist Loft ones. This one's by Royal and Langnickel, and he's been around for a couple of years, this brush. So he's my like longest lasting brush really that remains. So yeah, we're just gonna put these somewhere else. Yep. This is a little microfiber towel that I got at the dollar store. I got a pack of 2 of them for like $1. And I gotta say, these are great. like, go to the dollar store, get some quality art supplies. You can get like a ton of stuff, like microfiber towels for your home and for, you know, for your art stuff, so you don't mess up like all your nice kitchen towels, like I totally haven't, you know? Totally not speaking from experience. Don't mess up your parents' kitchen towels. They will not let you live it down. Totally not speaking from experience there. Also, that way you don't have to use 50 million napkins or paper towels. You're helping save the environment by using this little microfiber one instead of wasting 50 million bounty paper towels. So yeah. Woo! Okay, also wanted to add in this lovely T-square that I totally didn't have to get a second one of because my dad totally didn't step on it and break my first one, so I totally didn't have to go all the way down to Philadelphia to my favorite art store to go and get a new one for like $5. And this is my favorite pencil sharpener. This is the Carl Angel 5. My uncle got me this. Thank you so much, Uncle Mike. Thank you. Because it is great for creating like really nice, sharp, long tips on your pencils. It does wear down your pencils so fast though, but I think that's very common for good pencil sharpeners. So yeah, I would definitely invest in this dude. He was like, I don't know how much he was, but I don't think he was too bad. So I would definitely suggest in this one in comparison to like an electric one. I've had electric ones many times before, and I have to say they don't do anything for me. This one's the dude. I haven't had a single issue with him. Please, like, highly recommend. So I've got too many watercolor sketchbooks. This is the one I'm currently working on. It's by Paul Rubens, and I would love to do a review on it if anyone wants, because I don't see too many on this one. I did a little quick sketch of some of my favorite supplies. I decided to just do a couple. So if anyone would like to see the speed paint of that, let me know in the comments. And this one's of an old speed paint, but essentially I really like it. It was maybe $12 I think on Amazon. It's got a really nice like high quality cover. It's got the little fun ribbon thing that I totally didn't already stain, that I totally don't mess with and spend time. I totally don't spend more time messing with this than painting or sketching. But yeah, it has a lot of paper, like a lot of watercolor paper for most watercolor sketchbooks. It's pretty good. I think if you're starting out, this is great. This is a great thing to try out. So yeah. So this one, okay. I have mixed feelings about this because right here where it says watercolor, don't agree with that whatsoever. I tried it for watercolor when I was in Santa Fe, and I have to tell you, I do not suggest this whatsoever for watercolor. However, I suggest this for Copic, ink, and pencil because the paper is so smooth. It's so nice. It's so nice and smooth. It's great for ink. It's great for fine liners and pencils and like alcohol markers. It's such nice smooth paper. It's great for detail work with pencils. I highly suggest that sort of stuff with it. But watercolor, no, I do not suggest paint. Especially watercolor or like wet mediums on this. I don't know why they suggested that. I've tried it again and again. I keep testing it and I'm just like, I don't know why you said watercolor for this. This dude ain't it. If you're gonna use a watercolor one, I highly suggest their Beta and Delta series because they are specifically for watercolor and wet medium. So if you want to try watercolor or gouache or I don't know, even acrylic, I guess, definitely suggest that for the Beta and the Delta, but not the Zeta. This is great for ink though. This is a Hanamiu watercolor sketchbook. Okay, this dude, I left him at home during one of my trips. Wait, no. I left my other watercolor sketchbook at home during one of my trips, and I brought him, and he was so aggravating because I couldn't use my watercolor stuff at all, right? To the point that I got a new dude, right? I had to get a whole new watercolor sketchbook just because he was annoying me so much. because he lied to me. So essentially, I got this dude, and he's pretty good. He is very, very vibrant. I did like a basic sketch. Like I tried to do a like quick sketch, a thumbnail sort of sketch of the sketch that's in my new sketchbook. But the colors are very vibrant. Still trying to figure out if they're really good for flat washes. So far it's pretty good. It's alright. I think that actually the Paul Rubens one was much better with flat washes, but the colors are very vibrant. It's a little bit more textured than I personally like, but it's not bad, you know, it's nothing too incredibly noticeable. It does pretty well. Yeah. So yeah, I would suggest him. Yeah. Alright, so this dude, he's over there. Totally not a really awful segue to new boy that I'm totally gonna start and not finish said nice cheap sketchbook because I got awesome expensive boy over here. These are typically like $75. Yeah, this dude is incredibly expensive. Like, he's worth more than me. But I got him for $25 on Amazon. And guys, he's hot pressed watercolor paper. He's a little bit thinner than what other people might like. I think he might be less than 140 pound paper, but he's so nice for me. He's got fairly nice, fairly smooth paper, great for inking and sketching. Like, it's got enough grip that it won't completely smear, as far as I know, and it's hot pressed watercolor paper, which is like almost non-existent in sketchbooks. So great. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to try this and totally not forget about this boy. Totally. I'm gonna try and finish him, okay? I'm gonna try, but I might not, you know, because how am I supposed to when I have this super cool guy? Like, you can paint on him. Okay. So finally is my favorite dude, because I am an art hoe, is the little Verithin Conkin Mini. I believe this one's coral pink. He is awesome. He goes on so many trips with me. Yeah, he's got a lot of compartments. He's waterproof. He has this little guy here. You got this little guy here. He's great. I love to, like, I can't really show my tripod, but I recently got a tripod, and I will put him in the description as well. But I can fit my tripod in here. I can fit my 50 million sketchbooks, my palette, my freaking thing here, everything except, like, the pencil case, like, not pencil case, the pencil sharpener, because you shouldn't bring that. That's way too heavy. Like, everything except for the T-square, which just, like, get a smaller ruler, like a mini one. I have a mini one typically, but this is for at home. And, like, I can fit tape. I can fit, like, a little tiny water jug. I cannot fit anything other than, like, a mini Fiji bottle. That is my only issue, that it's got such a small thing that I can't fit, like, basic water bottles in here. I can fit maybe, like, the Deer Park one on a good day. On a good day. But other than that, like, other than how small the pockets are, this is fantastic. I love it. It's worth the money. I love it. Okay. So, totally didn't make this entire video just talk about art supplies. Totally. Someone totally asked me about this. Totally. But essentially, I hope that this was something that was fun to watch. And I hope that everyone has a great day. Thank you so much for bearing with me and watching this. So, thank you. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.